friends.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, guys.
It has been like so long.
I know. I'm trying to get more people in the room, so you gotta bear with me for a little bit.
Miss It has been like forever.
I know.
Miss Friends,
Yes.
do you know how to draw anime?
Yeah, I know how. Trust me, I know anime.
Show me. I want to show me.
I'm not going to be able to show you right now, bud, because I got a lot that's going on. I have a question for you guys. Does anyone know who Fasi Muhammad is? That must be Iyad, isn't it? Okay.
Basti?
No, I found out who it is. It's Iyad.
Christine Muhammad.
That's a doll.
Yeah, that's Adolha.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, or it might be Abdullah. Uh-oh.
I did not know how to change my name.
That's okay. I can't see I can't even see who you are. You've got the window behind you.
Oh.
Is it Abdullah or Ian?
It's Abdullah.
Yes, what I thought. Okay. That's fine.
Miss France, look.
Oh.
Look at this drawing I made.
I've got to get started because we're going to run out of time. So I'm going to mute everybody for a few minutes while I do the poll. So if I do not call your name, type something into the chat to me. All right. So, all right. Oops. There we go. And someone else just got here. So, oh no, she's here. All right. So I have Louisa, Nicholas, Conchita, Lena, Clara, Liam, Ruben, Hannah, Chloe, Leah, Fiona, Malaya. I have Ihan, Miriam, London, Abdullah, Samaya, and Aiden. If I did not call your name, but you're sitting in here right now, type it in the chat for me. Otherwise, you don't have to type anything because I got you. So you've got most of your class in here, and that's good. Very nice, guys. All right. I know it's been a little while since when we've been able to actually have art, just because of the way the schedules have been going. Next week, when we start in the other the spring schedule, you guys will be seeing art on Mondays. All right. Clara, what's your question, darling? Uh-oh, did she drop? No, she's right there. Do you have a question, Clara?
Muhammad?
Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to get started on an art review. This is going to be really easy for most of you, but I want you to watch everything. I want you to go through with me first, then you can get started on your project. It is not due today. Don't rush through it, all right? So I'm going to turn my camera on. And Amir, I see that you have a question, but if you just want to keep typing it in there, I'll see if I can answer it for you. So let me get to I want to stop that share, and then I'm going to share advanced computer. There we go. So give me a thumbs up if you can see my hand waving around in front of a cool. If Hannah can see it and Ruben can see it, I'm going to guess everybody else can see it. So we're going to review the art elements today. Again, this should be something most of you already know, but we're going to go back through it. There are 7 art elements. We've got line, color, shape, form, value, texture, and of course, I always forget one, space. So we're going to be using all of these to create a picture. Amir, I said, if you have a question, type it for me, buddy, and I'll get to it when I can, but I got to get through all this first. So let's review these elements. This one's the easiest one. This is line. A line is just when you make a dot and you keep it moving. You can do diagonal lines. You can do straight up and down lines. We got zigzag lines. We've got wavy or lines. You've got zigzag lines. We're going to take these lines and turn them into something. We're going to turn them into some shapes. And the shape that we're going to work on is going to start our picture. And Amir, I see your question, but you're going to have to wait until the end of class because I've got to go through our lesson before we start anything else. So I'm going to start drawing a shape. You can unmute and you may tell me, what shape did I just draw?
Square.
Square, easy. Next, I'm going to add a
house.
A house.
No, I did not add a house. I
Triangle.
added a triangle, which makes it look like a
House.
There you go. That's what I was aiming for there. I'm not doing that one. Okay, hold on. Let me get through everything first. Then I can start taking questions and stuff. All right. So these are geometric shapes. Remember, we can measure these. You can look at this and go, oh, it has 4 equal sides. It's a square. But a shape that is not geometric is usually called organic. It's something that's different. Now, this could become a cloud, but for me, it's actually going to become a tree top. And I added like a rectangle at the bottom, and we've started to get a picture forming. So I can add some little shapes, and I can make it look like, ta-da, we've got a picture started. But this is a very basic picture. I would expect something more from my 4th graders. So we're going to talk about how we'll use the element to make a more detailed picture. So let's look at, we've used line and we just used shape. We're going to add space and form to make it more interesting. How do we add space? Watch. We're going to add space by making something in the front of the picture much bigger. You can unmute yourself and tell me, what am I starting to make right here?
A tree.
I'm making the
Big tree.
A big tree. We know it's a big tree because it's really close to us. Now,
That looks like a real tree.
I've been drawing with a Sharpie just so you can see it better, but I'm going to do the next part with a pencil first because if I make a mistake, I want to be able to erase it. So I'm going to make a form. This is not a form. This is just an organic shape, but I'm going to make this house look more like a 3D form by drawing it.
Wow.
You guys remember, you did something like this. We looked at the those still lives where it was a cube and a circle and like a triangle, and you practiced drawing those. Now I can go back over this and make it in Sharpie. I just want to make sure I drew it pretty well. And this is a overlapping picture that shows space. The tree is in front of the house. The house is a little bit smaller than the tree because it's behind the tree. And I'm going to add a background. And you can see that that line makes it look like there's the horizon behind it. And you can add other things, like I can put, clouds behind it. In some of my other pictures that I've done, I've made another smaller tree in the background. Go ahead, you may unmute yourself if you can tell me what is that clue that that tree is in the background. This one, what's the clue? Does anybody remember? I thought I hit it to unmute. Yeah, you can unmute yourself and tell me. Nope. Did I did not. I am so sorry. I thought I hit it twice. My bad.
That means it's farther
But
Because
because far away.
good job.
far away.
Far away.
Far away.
Smaller.
The
Perfect.
hint is in the background is because it's smaller and
Perfect.
because it's overlapping the house.
Well,
the
the
house
house
is
is overlapping it. You got it, guys. Good. So this
If,
is a way.
if the tree was overlapping the house,
Yes.
then that means the house would be in the background
Yes.
because it's behind the tree.
Yes. All right. Now I am going to hit mute all
Friends?
just so we can get this one going again.
Wait, Miss Franz, there's a place you can put another background tree. Right there next to the huge tree, there's like an opening. You can put another background tree there.
Yes. I'm not going to because I don't want to take too much time and I want you guys to be able to get some of this done. So
Miss Franz,
I could put more. Yes.
should we draw the same picture as you once we start or no?
Hold on. Nope. I want you to watch everything first because this isn't even the first picture. This is the first picture I drew, but that's not what I'm looking for. I want you guys to think about how you can add stuff. So we've now done, we did line, we've done shapes, we even added form by making our house look more 3D. We've added space by making it a background, a middle ground, and a foreground. We're missing texture, color, and value. Now, I'm not going to color this whole thing right now because it would take me way too long. But I have colored it on another piece of paper. So when you add color to something, this is kind of how I get color from my little kids. It's all flat. It's all the one color. This roof, just one shade of gray. This tree, just one type of green. This ground, just one type of green. But when I went through on my other one, you may unmute yourself because I'm pretty sure I got it right this time and tell me, how does this look different?
It has details.
It's 3D. It has detail. It has texture. It has
Texture.
colors, it has bricks. It has leaves. It
All
has
right.
more leaves. It has
I'm-
a hole. It has lines.
I'm going to have to mute you, Amir, if you cannot control and start and answer one thing. at a
How
time.
do you make the hole in the tree?
Okay. All right. But I was asking one thing in particular. How does this look? How is the value different?
Because
It's more detailed than the first
and
picture.
greener.
There's something that I'm looking for between this one and this green.
Oh, because the texture.
And texture, details and texture.
There are details in their texture, but what's this? Is this the same color green as this one up here?
No, it's
Shading and shading.
There you go. It's that shading stuff that we've talked about before. So I had 2 green pencils when I was working. I had a dark green and I had a light green. So I used my light green first, then I used the darker green underneath it.
Miss Franz,
All right, hold on. Y'all give me a thumbs up. Sia is not in your class, is she? Okay, I didn't think so. I think she might put me in the wrong place. All right, I'm gonna let her in for a moment just so she can come in somewhere. But so I started by doing the light green first. Then I went through and I did darker green underneath. I did the whole thing green. I mean, dark green? No, I only did the dark green in some spots. Now let's talk about some of these textures that people have noticed. Some of the textures that I did, this is easy. I'm just adding some bumpy lines. And those bumpy lines are becoming what? I think you can unmute yourself and answer me.
Leaves.
the leaves with the
Perfect.
bushes, the tree on the
And-
branches.
These little guys down here, what kind of texture does that make it look like?
Grass.
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 This one's going to be a little bit harder for some. It might, I mean, you know what it is, but
Bricks.
the brick,
Right.
the house. And this is going to become the The roof.
Roofing.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know.
I don't know what they're called.
It's
Roof.
called shingle. So
Oh.
before we
Blue.
get started on anything else, let me show you. So again, this is how I used value. That was texture. Those little details, that was texture. And y'all got that one. I noticed you saw that one almost immediately. So if I color all of this green, and it is supposed to be green. I mean, that's the green grass, that's a green treetop.
No.
That's interesting, but right now it's all the same color green.
Yeah, and then you
boring.
don't know. But
So I can take the same color green and I can press down harder and I can make it darker near the bottom of the tree or the leaves. I could also make these leaves darker, or I can take a whole new green color pencil and also add a different color. That's up to you. That depends on what you have. If you only have one green pencil, just use what you can. Color this one lightly and then press down harder and you make a darker green. So let me stop that share. I'm going to share.
Miss France,
Yes.
go back to that. Never mind. Miss France.
Yes.
So, what type of color pencils do you use?
Oh, I have a couple of different ones. I have
What brand?
I have just regular Crayola color pencils. These are called Ohuhu, which are good.
Oahu.
Oh, it's something like that.
Yeah.
It's not the one for family from Lilo and Stitch, which I thought it
I
was.
think
first.
there's markers in that brand too. Yeah, there's some
There
cool.
are markers in that brand. You are correct. So
I've wanting those so long, but I still couldn't find them yet.
I have to only order them online. So what are we doing today? Can you see it?
Drawing a picture using all the elements.
Good. That means you can see it. Wonderful. You're going to draw a picture using all of the art elements. It can be what kind of picture you want. If you want to copy my picture, you can. I'm telling you right now, you can copy my picture. If you want to come up with your own picture, go for it. We're going to have 9 minutes left in class where you can start working on your picture. You shouldn't finish it in 9 minutes. I'm gonna be honest, if you finish it in 9 minutes, you probably rushed and you didn't do a very good job on something. You may have scribbled instead of colored. You may have rushed through, not putting details, things like that.
I have a question.
Hold on, let me get through everything and then I'll start answering questions. So
Okay.
once you are done, you are going to go through over to your class, and on the very front page, it says Franz posted a new assignment, art review. So when you come to your art review, first, if you missed anything, there is a video where I go through all of the steps again that we did, and you can remember any of this. And there's a document for you to use. I am going to use Lena's as an example, just because hers is the first one here. When Lena goes and clicks on her document, this shows up. It says, this is my picture. Then underneath it, it says, I used line when I blank. I used color when I did what? So let me find my example. So I'm going to click and drag and put my picture right there. So let's pretend that that's her picture. Then underneath it, she can finish this. I used line when I drew the house in a square. I used color when I, colored in the tree. I used shape or form when I made my house look 3D, things like that. So when you are done, you need to fill out these questions. And I'm going to get rid of all these things I put in there, Lena. So there you go. See, it's not going to be in yours anymore.
Okay.
You do not have to finish everything today. This is
I'm-
due like a week from now. So
I
you
the
have
perfect idea.
7 minutes in class. You've got 7 minutes to start your drawing and then show me what you've got at the end of those 7 minutes.